So let's do what I call a body scan. What that is you focus all of your conscious attention on one part of your body at a time and basically just focus to the exclusion of all else. You don't push anything away, just focus, you experience, you allow yourself to perceive all the sensations coming from one part of the body. Now you pick a spot, like say the back of your hand. Okay? Right now, focus all of your attention on the back of that hand. And when you do that, an interesting thing begins to happen. And it's just as a natural byproduct of how the mind works. When you do that, when you start paying attention, your conscious mind's attention on those sensations tends to amplify them. And so what happens is it starts to feel a little different. And how it feels different varies. I mean, some people, it causes them to feel heavy. Some, it causes them to feel light. Some feel tingly. Some feel pressure. Everybody's different. What you want to do is focus and pay attention and wait. Two main things are going to happen. One, that shift, like I told you, where you're going to feel something that's unique to you. The other one, pretty much unavoidably, is that body part there and around it will relax. There's perfectly physiological reason for that, but that's what happens. It just relaxes. Okay? So, for the body scan, what you're going to do is first we're going to practice. Pick a spot such as the back of your hand and focus on it, blocking everything else out except the sound of my voice, and just observe. And just passively observe. Pay attention, feel, and be aware. It's as simple as that. And just wait with anticipation for something to happen. Now, there's a very good chance that something's already begun to happen. I know it certainly has for me. Okay? But take your time. Embrace it. Once it begins to happen, focus on it. Allow it to happen. Experience it. Enjoy it. Okay? So you've got yourself sitting there. You're focused on that one part of your body to the exclusion of all else. Or rather, you're not blocking, but you are focused, observing, experiencing. And you may notice, if you were to pay attention, the back of your hand that you chose, like in my case it's the right hand, feels distinctly different than the other hand. Once you've identified that difference, once you've identified what's different, what changes, what happens when you focus on that part of the body, then turn all of your attention to that sensation, that difference, that whatever it is. Maybe it's a sense of pressure, maybe it's a sense of warmth, maybe it's a sense of lightness, whatever it is. Focus on that. Okay? Look for that. The other thing you can do, and it's actually quite fun to do, is get creative with it while you're waiting, if it takes any time. It all depends on you. You can also get a sense of wonder and just kind of play with it a little bit and think to yourself things like, here I am, I'm looking at the back of my hand, I'm waiting for that sensation, and get that sense of wonder and say, I wonder, because once you start to get those sensations, it's like, that is so cool, I wonder what the limits are of what I can feel. and you can kind of mentally just imagine what it would be like to actually be able to feel your pulse in the back of your hand. You can do it, by the way. Or you can say, I wonder what it would be like if I was one of the cells, and what would it feel like as the blood goes rushing past? What would it sound like? What would it smell like to be that cell? What would it be like if I could feel the hairs growing out of the skin in the pores of the back of my hand? What would it be like to feel skin growing and dying and changing? What would it be like if I could be aware of all of the sensations that I'm normally oblivious to? And you can get that sense of wonder and awe about expanding your awareness to the extent that you are capable of. And if you do that, you will find that it will be very, very powerful. But bottom line, the minimum you need to do is just pay attention and wait. It's that simple. Once you've detected the change that happens, once that part that you focused on has shifted, focus on how it shifted and draw it out. Let it get bigger and bolder and more strong. And then what you do is you start at your toes and work your way up to the top of your head. Why do you start with your toes? How hard is it to relax your toes? That's part of it. You start with the place that's going to be easiest. If you start with the place that's hardest, you get frustrated. You also end here because you will have a natural tendency to look towards physically and or mentally while you're focused on a particular body part. You finish up here. It just so happens that when you look up like that, it's transinduction. So it's called stacking the deck. Okay? So that's how you do it. Focus on your feet. Look for that same feeling, the one that you got in your hand. As soon as you see it, work your way up. Go just fast enough that you stay just ahead of the appearance of that same sensation. Okay? Keep going until you make it all the way up. So you start at your feet. And if you have trouble, start small. Start with the big toe on your right foot. Then you can do the second toe, the third toe, the fourth toe, the fifth toe, all of the toes. Okay? And that's one of the things I like to do with my clients is I actually don't do from here to here to here. It's here and then here and then here and then here. So it gets bigger and bigger, which there's a reason for that. So you start with your toes, bottoms of your feet, tops of your feet, your ankles, your shins, your calves, your knees, and you're just working your way up to your thighs and your hips, your waist, your stomach. You can feel that same sensation wrapping itself around your sides and to your back. You can feel it working its way up your back and up to your shoulders and over the shoulders, down your chest, down into your shoulders and into the upper arms, your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, backs of your hands, the palms, fingertips. Then you can continue to allow it to work its way up the front of your throat, the sides of your neck, the back of your neck, up your chin, your mouth, your cheeks, your ears, the back of your head. Ah, feels so good. The eyes, the temples, the top of your head, your forehead. And once you've done that, once you've got it all, bask in it, enjoy it, get it strong. It's that simple.